Right. Part number 4. I was talking about the manifestation. The manifestation. Oh yeah, the first example of the what's it called? Of experience. How do I know I am the guy? I know the knowledge, and how my knowledge is connected to your knowledge. And I was to do with the Chancellor, 80-20. And I came to the end of the world. How do I know the end of the world so well? Well, because I'm the beginning of the world, of this chapter of Golden Age. So I know how in 400 years or 700 years from now, I think that's the limit time of 7,000 years. I haven't really looked at the numbers very well, but there will be a distance of time that everything is ready to go, and it's also the truth that Jesus will manifest itself in the last 3 days, but not because there will be that there will be about 20% of human souls that did not manage to clean themselves. They didn't manage to do the part. They did not. They thought that they can end their soul's journey at this moment. After 730 years, somebody who wants to decide just to live for this life, he can just live. It's not going to bother us because we are superior to that soul. Because we are living with the truth, and that soul is living with the fake. That's why also 80% of the truth is only 80%. The 20% is also fake. That's true. I mean, what is true is also fake, and what is fake is true. All depends how much you know. All depends on how much we know. So once we leave this world and we remove the consciousness away from this world, the life frequencies away from this planet, whoever is remain here, Jesus will appear in the last part of it as basically to bless the life that will remain behind, because there will be a lot of other souls which will be left behind. How are we going to know the process between, when are we going to know the process between when we are basically tilting towards the end? Well, there will be we all remember the story of human souls leaving their bodies like that. That will be the sign. That will happen in, I don't know, whenever that happens. That will be the sign of decline after that happens. There will not be disasters. There will not be doomsday. There will be only the truth purely living. There will not be nothing other. It will be only the truth. And for that reason, the truth cannot be manipulated, cannot be touched, cannot be the truth. I mean, the principles of life, which is a difference between the truth and principles, because the principle of life, human action cannot touch, cannot modify the principles of life. We can't. For example, in a way, we're going to activate the frequency 369, but we have a rule in life. When we come to this body, our motto as a soul is to do and die. Do and die. Do and die. That's the motto. That's what we do. We do everything and we die. We don't take anything with us. We only take the knowledge we have experienced with us. But that's also is not given to us when we cross the other side. I mean, that is another completely different discussion. So yeah, we can open the frequency 369 only by fulfilling certain things that we need to do. For example, we need to kind of close the democracy and open a new chapter to entire new understanding. The human will become much more protected by the king, by the descendant of the heavens. Humans will be the priority number one to everything other that happens. Now company will be able to negotiate your contract with any other thing, identity apart the king's will. So they have to adapt what the king has written down for all the companies to follow. There is no more I can do what I want to do. There is no more I. There will be we. All the way. Till in the end. Till the day comes and we just manifest something other. But this is going to be a long process. Let me remind something other when I say long. To the soul, this journey is, what I don't know, let's say 400 years, is about 10 minutes, 10 seconds or something, maybe, I don't know. That's the soul, I think it is. But the soul has managed to slow down the process of processing information by coming into the human body. So we slow down the process. That's how we know what we're going to be. Because we know we're going to fall in love with this body, we know we're going to fall in love with this world, we know what we're going to do, we know how we're going to behave. So we lock this knowledge away from us. Only giving to somebody, to one single cell, to open that cell, to open that knowledge. Why? Simple. Because we never trust each other. You haven't trusted me and I haven't trusted you. You hold my knowledge and I hold yours. The only difference is that I am a single cell and you are 7.5 billion cells, 7 billion cells. For me to convince all of you is going to be a easy job, to be honest. Because as soon as the religions who recognize the prophecy and who pass the power of humans from religion to the God, to the king, and that king will be basically the leader of all the religions. There will not be more. There will be religions. Don't get me wrong. There will be all the beliefs will be there. Will not be anymore the main issue for us. That is there because the religion will continue to open the path to the souls who get lost on the way. So their process of information to the people will be absolutely necessary to carry on for as long as I'm going to be alive. That's how it's going to go. My life existence depends all what we do together. My life existence is going to be the biggest evolution ever humanity is going to exist. Sooner we start, better it is. But I cannot bang things. I just have to wait the order of the path. I'd love to just come in and just sort everything out, but I have to wait for the path to open itself, to manifest itself to the people, and the soul start manifesting. We're already manifesting this with each other. We know that. We know because we're all looking for something bigger, something better than we have lived so far. Isn't it true? It is true. We're already looking for something much more meaningful to life than what we've done so for the last, let's say, 100 years. Because I know that 100 years, I know this very well because I lived it, 50 of it, but also the history. I know the history and how we've been fighting and creating wars and all that. They were all part of the game, part of the understanding the behavior of human overall. Maybe we did not plan this all this way, but we didn't know that the way we're going to open up ourselves is going by shaking it hard. How can you shake a human's consciousness so hard? Well, that's come the question of what would you do to yourself to open up a enigma from the past to the future? What would you do? What would you suggest? But we as humans have done it. We have suggested. I lost the point. Sorry. Video number 4.